Fight fans, look back to Carl Prusa MMA. We have a fighter we've had on here before, but this is the first time he's going to be fighting in the PFL. He is Starboy. He is Ernesto Rodriguez taking on Masayuki Kikuiri, PFL, March 28th. Starboy, what's up, my friend? How are you?
What's up, Carlo? How are you, brother? I feel great, man. I'm already here in Pittsburgh, checking in, signing the posters, checking up the gloves. Feel very, very good. I'm excited.
Absolutely, man. You know, for a while now, you've been one of the top 170 prospects on the regional scene, doing big things and tough enough in other promotions. Well, now we found out a couple months ago you signed with the PFL. What about the PFL? What's made you want to go here?
Oh man, I wanna get that belt. I wanna get that belt around my waist. I wanna get an upgrade. Everybody know I got the tough enough belt. Now I wanna upgrade that, and that's the goal. That's the final goal right here. Happy with PFL, happy with the offer, happy how they've been treating me, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future holds.
Absolutely. Your last time out, tough enough, 143. You won that title over Sebi, was able to pick up a big finish by punches in that first round. Looking back at it, man, how cool was that?
Oh, it was great, man. It was great. Be able to finish him with a 40 punches combination or so. Felt amazing. I feel like that's what I needed to do in order to go to a bigger stage and prove my skills. So it felt amazing. Now it's new cage, new show, new beginning. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for my career.
You know, we talked about in the past being a professional fighter, especially at the regional scene, man. It's such a crazy thing. There's so many sacrifices. You're not making Conor McGregor money. You're waking up early. You're staying up late. So many guys do this. They don't get the chance to go to the PFL. They don't get a chance to go to the UFC. You have the chance to do the PFL now. Does this really allow you to reflect and look back at the journey?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to look back and reflect, and finally I'm start getting something back out of all the sacrifice and all the years that I've put on. So at least started to seeing a little bit of the benefits of it. So before it was all grinding, it was all like late nights, early mornings. I mean, it's still late nights and early morning, but at least now I'm gonna see a little bit of benefit from all those years and dates and sacrifices that I made before. At least PFL is, like everybody knows, treating the fighters well. So now I'm gonna see a little bit back. I'm gonna start making enough to make a living.
So you're on your Instagram story right now, videos of you signing the posters. You know, you're at the same place with some big names of the sport: Dalton Rasta, Impa, Brian Battle, Johnny Eplin. So many big names on this card. Does it feel like a normal fight week right now?
It feels like a normal fight week to me. My goal is like make it to that poster, make it to the main event, co-main event, or whatever it comes. Um, it feels good. It feels good. I mean, I went from the main event now to the preliminaries of another show. It's okay to take a step back as long as I'm gonna move forward. So yeah, look forward to it.
You know, another thing that we're changing is before we were on UFC Fight Pass. Now we're on ESPN, where you have a ton of people. Is that pretty cool to tell your friends, hey, you can watch me, ESPN?
100%. It's very cool. People are always asking me, "Hey, where can I watch the fight?" I'm like, ESPN, ESPN, national television, ESPN. So that's very cool. I've also been telling people on the comments before the UFC Paramount deal or whatever. I was like, "Hey, keep your ESPN subscription because I'm gonna be fighting on ESPN," and that's very cool to say.
You know, one thing always when you fight, one thing we know what's going to happen is you're going to come out to the Starboy song. So obviously, your nickname Starboy, but one of the coolest things I think with you, that song to help you learn English.
100%. Yeah. Now I'm able to talk to you in English and understand you and be able to express myself as well. So just because of that song, and yeah, I walk out with it.
Absolutely. So we're getting ready. We're taking on Masayuki Kikuiri, a guy who's been around for a little bit here, a guy who's done big things in Bellator's, had some PFL contests. What a heck of opponent for your first fight in the PFL here. What do you think of him?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's he had a good run on Bellator. He went 3-0. Now he's 1-1 in PFL, I think. Great opponent, great matchup. It's gonna be an exciting fight. Um I'm very, very excited. So he's good opponent for a first fight. So I'm not complaining or anything. It's great. Great matchup. Great job the matchmaker did. So I'm excited.
You train at one of the best gyms in the world over there in Extreme Couture. So many guys in the UFC over there, PFL, and they're big, big top regional guys. Knowing that you've trained there for so long, do you really feel like you're ready for this next step up in competition?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm more than ready. I've been ready for a long time, and I feel like this is what I needed to do in my career right now. Just go to a bigger stage, prove my skills, prove all the work that I put on, and definitely more than ready. Yeah.
With a big win over Kikuiri, do you really feel like that could really make a name for yourself early on and really allow you to climb up these ranks in the PFL?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like you say, climb up the ranks. He's number 7. I feel like beating him up on I will either get that spot on the rankings or close to. So yeah, that's the goal. Climb those ranks all the way until the title and bring that title home. So that's the goal, and definitely like a win over Kikuri. Especially what I'm trying to do is in a fashion way, finish it, get a finish, get my bonus, and then walk out home with the win.
The life of a fighter, man, we've talked about it. It has a roller coaster. It has those high moments. It has those low moments. But one thing I love about martial arts, it's the values. It makes people better people. I've had so many fighters tell me when they first started, they were going down a bad path. MMA turned them to the person they are, the father, the husband they are today. How have you grown and evolved from being in this sport?
Oh man, so much. The sport it's part of my everyday, it's part of my life, it's part of my family's life too, because everybody adapts around me of my career, and my everyday. It makes you disciplined, it makes you more focused, it makes you like stay on line and really sacrifice and go after things instead of being thinking about going out, drinking, party, and all that. The sport really, it's part of the athlete's life, and it's been a big part of my life, my entire life actually. I can't imagine what would I would been doing without this sport. Definitely makes me wake up every day, go after thing, go train again, do the wake up, eat right, all the things that fighters do. So it's definitely big part of my life.
For you, you have a kid. What do you want them to take away from this journey?
Good question, man. I want her to just look at that like person that go after their dreams. I want to set a example and a good example that I don't quit. I keep going. I go after my goals. I go after my dreams. I go after my family's dream. I go after that bread to provide them for a better life. And that's the sample that I want to set for her. And yeah, never quit. We never quit in here. When we start one thing, we finish it all the way through.
When you first came to the US to train, start this journey, if someone told you eventually a few years later you'd be starting off in your first big show at the PFL, would you believe them?
No, definitely not. Especially after all the struggles that I've been through and all the years, I thought, nah, I wouldn't believe it. Nah, that's
For you
crazy
now,
how life works.
absolutely. Now you've made it. You made it to a big show. You're here at the PFL. You're sharing the stage with big household names. Do you feel like the journey now really begins?
Exactly, just like you say, the journey now is when it actually begins. Um, this is where I belong in the big leagues. And yeah, new beginning, definitely a brand new beginning for my career. And this is what I'm starting. I'm only 28 years old. I'm just starting right now, literally, not even in my prime yet. I'm walking into my prime. So, and we're here to take over.
One thing about you, man, you're a very well-rounded martial artist. You have a really good grappling. You have really good wrestling. We're starting to see those hands go, man. And I really feel like for you, that's kind of that missing piece. Do you feel like you're at a point now where you're finally in a position? I mean, has the goal been, what is the goal now? Is it just trying to get as well-rounded as possible? Like, where is it? Where are we with that?
That's definitely the goal. Trying to be as more well-rounded as I can possibly be. Anywhere the fight will go, I'll be ready. Ground, no ground, striking, not striking, anywhere, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm very, very well-rounded. My hands start coming a long way. Got my striking coach Nick with me. So yeah, we're showing it all. We're showing it all. This is the stage that he asks you to show everything you have, and I'm showing everything I have. My heart, my cardio, striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kung fu, everything we showing in this fight.
Obviously now you could be in a position where you have a lot more eyeballs on you. A lot more people are going to watch you fight here on ESPN. Obviously, you feel like with your personality, I mean, you're a funny guy, you're a likable guy, you're a lot of fun to watch fight too, very high skill, but you're always looking for the finish. Do you feel like you're going to become a fan favorite?
Yes, definitely, definitely. If it's not this fight, it's the next one. But yeah, sooner than later, I'll become a fan favorite. They're gonna love me. I love them already. So yeah, definitely, definitely coming for that, for those fans, to bring to to PFL and then to any league, and then yeah, definitely.
So many people are watching this now. Now we have a term called the casual fan. So I think all fans are good. We need everybody. But sometimes, you're at the fights, you hear twist them and what. You read some crazy stuff. You hear some crazy stuff on Facebook, Instagram. For you, what do you think of all this? You kind of laugh at it?
I do laugh about it because, yeah, all those caches sometimes they don't know shit about they're talking about, but they're learning. They're learning. That's a good thing. As the sport evolves, the fans learn more, and all those caches will learn that Starboy is coming. So let's go.
Absolutely. So you're fighting in Pittsburgh for this one. Is your first time in Pittsburgh?
Yes, definitely my first time. It's a lot of white people in here, but I like it. So yeah.
Absolutely. So one thing I want to do before we wrap up here, I want to go through some big PFL matchups coming up, and I want to get your prediction on who do you think is going to win some of these big contests. From this one alone, there's some great fights. You have an amazing co-main event here, the middleweight division. Dalton Rasta, Impa Kasanage. Who wins that?
Say the names again.
Dalton Rasta and Impa Kasanage.
The middleweight, I think Kasanage would take this one. Yep.
In the middleweight division, again, for the main event, you got Johnny Eblin, you got Brian Battle. Who wins this?
I'll go with my boy, Brian Battle, all day. We train together. We have sparred so many times. We're sparring partners, so we support each other. I will go with Battle all day.
In another one coming up here in a couple months, you got Sergio Pettis, Mitchell McKee. Who wins that one?
I think Pettis. Pettis very well-rounded. He has striking, has wrestling defense. I think Pettis will get this one.
Absolutely. Another one, PFL Belfast, you got Paul Hughes, you got JJ Wilson. Who do you think wins that one?
I think Paul Hughes, especially after coming back from fighting Usman. He should learn a lot from that. So I think Paul Hughes.
There's so many great fighters on that roster. There's so many great fights at middleweight. Now that you're there, are you scouting some of these guys? Are you paying attention to the other middleweights?
No, I'm fighting welterweight, so I'm paying attention to the welterweight.
That's what I mean. Welterweight.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to all the welterweights. There is a guy that just signed AJ, my boy Chidi Angel Kawani fought him in the UFC. So I saw him just got signed. So I look forward to what he does in the PFL, and then eventually fighting him. I'm ready for anyone, to be honest.
Absolutely. All right, Ernesto, last question for me, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome when you make your PFL debut against Masayuki Kikuiri?
Any finish, either a knockout, a submission, or a ground and pound finish. That's what I'm looking for. That's the perfect outcome in my mind.
Absolutely. Well, Starboy, man, always a pleasure keeping up with you. It's so cool to see. A few years ago, we were on the regional scene. Now we're here, PFL. Story starts now, man. I wish you nothing but the best, brother.
Thank you so much, Kylo. Thanks always for the support, my brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for us today. I'm Carl Peruzza. He is Ernesto Starboy Rodriguez. You can watch him taking on Kikuiri. Big PFL debut. Don't want to miss it, fight fans. Take care.
On ESPN. Let's go.
Boom.